How are you doing, sir?
Well, it's Wednesday evening, and you know what that means. Another game that we are streaming, and this week we are playing the newly released Swords and Soldiers 2 Shawarmageddon.
I always forget because of the way we get these games. I always forget if the game is out yet.
Yeah, I mean, well, sometimes we get games and we don't stream it until a month or two later. Sometimes we get games early and we stream it before they're out.
Yeah. Um I've been playing this. I don't it always feels like a dumb thing to say. I don't hate this game. It's a competently made game. They did it it's very lovingly made. You can definitely tell that.
Yeah, I've always wanted, I never had a chance to play the original because the original came out on Wii in like 2000 whatever 9 10 8 even whatever, and at the time it got good reviews. It was kind of like that sleeper hit gem game that didn't get a lot of press, didn't have like a big print run, but the people that played it really enjoyed it. So reviews were positive, and I just never had a chance to play. I always had my eye out for it. Like if I ever can find like a complete copy at GameStop or something for cheap, then I would have picked it up, but it just never happened. And I know they ported it over to 3DS. It might even be on the Wii U eShop too, as well. But never had a chance to play the original, even though these are the same guys that make Awesomenauts, and Awesomenauts I did play.
Now, my entire question is I know that the guys who made Awesomenauts made this. I don't know if they're necessarily the same. That's great. If they're the same people who did the original Swords and Soldiers 2.
Because this is still Swords and Soldiers is still MOBA-ish, but it's more real-time
It's more of a
strategy.
real time strategy game on a 2D plane.
Yeah, because you like right here in this level, that one little soldier that just died, you can go up or down, so you do have kind of like branching paths. Um, just not as big perhaps as in a MOBA game.
Yeah.
And I think I might like a game like this more than a MOBA. I don't think MOBAs are really my kind of cup of tea. Because this game is more, you could play it single player, whereas a MOBA game you might have to have dedicated, 2, 3 buddies
A friend or nine.
to play exactly consistently. You got to learn the strategies of each, working together. You can't really, I don't think, necessarily play a game like that like with randoms. I mean, you can, but you're going to get smoked if you're playing with randoms against a team that is
At least
coordinated.
somewhat of a crew together.
Yeah.
It pays to have a crew.
And I was never a fan of real-time strategy games, Warcraft, StarCraft, Command and Conquer. I just never felt like I could control my troops like fast enough. I could never like see everything all at the same time. I was always worried that like I was missing something, and there's just too much going on to manage. And a game like this, I feel, is a little bit more manageable because it's on a 2D, side-scrolling plane versus more of the top-down perspective, where there can just be a lot of stuff happening at once.
Yeah. This definitely does have the vastly more manageable feel to it.
Yeah, it's almost like a beginner's kind of RTS. Not that this can't be deep and detailed, but um, I think you might have an easier time with a game like this than jumping into like Warcraft 2 or something.
Most certainly. I'm not going to even argue that for the most part.
So you're just picking troops here. What was that? A shield. So upgrades are at the bottom.
Yes. There's it's kind of so it's true you pick your troops as you kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. You pick your troops from the home base here, and then you got your buffs at the bottom of the screen, and you click on that. Is
no,
that
it's when you start the level, you can kind of pick from troops that you've unlocked.
okay?
So I actually picked all of these troops when I first started out. guys are dead.
That green portal thing is a warp.
Yeah, it warps me all the way over there.
Yeah. But it can go both ways though. Like the enemy can jump in it.
Yeah, the enemy does jump in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like how it's cartoony and colorful. I mean, I think it's something that because Awesomenauts was the same way. Like
yeah, and it's I think it's really super well animated.
Yeah, exactly. Like
my review will be coming out, and it's one of the things that I state is like it's really, really well. Like it's one of the things that I think is really amazingly, just exceptionally well done about this game.
It makes it stand out, and it gives the game its personality. Like you're like this game is made by the same dudes who made Awesomenauts because it's like the same kind of cartoony, brightly colored, outlined animations and characters, you know. Mm-hmm. It all kind of stands. It looks like a water painting almost.
Sure.
Like I think a game like this, because it's supposed to be kind of humorous, you know, not taken as seriously, I think it fits, you know, versus like, you know, let's make some detailed, realistic, like it wouldn't be the same game.
No. It's not the same game as if you did like this with Warcraft.
So the mules are bringing gold back.
Yes.
And so gold just like appears from these balloon things that fall down, these parachutes.
Yeah, they're sheep, you know, skin.
They're sheep. Oh, now I see. I kind of got it low res here. I get it now.
Yeah.
I see this guy's gonna hop in the portal.
No, that's the end side. Oh,
it's facing the other way. Got it.
Yeah.
So their skeleton guys are just like the easy to kill grunts, where your dwarf is more of a tank.
Yeah. Well, the skeletons, like that's a spawn point for the skeletons.
Okay. Yeah. What are those like ice cubes that you're
mana?
Kind of
I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. He says, "I think," after playing the game for a while.
Yeah. And then what does the mana do then? Like, because
I have I have a selection of spells.
Oh, that's what it is at the bottom. You can I thought like you can make your dwarf guy give a spell or something.
There is different shit that you can do.
So they can attack with an axe. He just turned into a tiger.
Yep, that's one of the things that he can do.
And I see you got this hydra that's gonna come.
Yeah.
Or whatever that guy is. This is a $15 game, and you can buy it with the soundtrack for a few bucks more.
Yeah, I don't understand what's up with the soundtrack stuff. I'm not arguing that in any way, shape, or form. It's a new thing that started.
Yeah, they're trying to just get a couple more bucks out of you by, hey, look, we already made this soundtrack, which is already in the game, but you can buy the MP3s if you want separately by giving us a couple more. I mean, why not? I mean, I could see why they're doing it.
Yeah, I don't. But it's. I don't want to be like, oh, back in my day, soundtracks were special things.
Yeah.
Because like they weren't always like.
What is going on here with these barrels? Holy shit!
Oh, they're.
This is a lot of guys.
They're explosive barrels.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, this is bad news for you here. You got a few more. So is the goal to blow up the other guy's home?
They do have like a home base that you
Like so you got to blow it up or take it over or something?
kinda, yeah.
So basically you got to get your troops to the other side and enough of them to take down.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Yikes. Those guys are pretty tough. Whoa. Bones. Oh, who's this big guy?
Which
Thor.
one?
The guy with like the bubble shield around him.
Oh, that's a chick.
Oh, that's a chick?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't tell because there's other dwarves in front of him.
It's literally the fat lady, because you can click and she'll sing and give your warriors a boost.
That's what that is, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could see how this can work well with the Wii's like pointer and like on the DS because you can like tap and stab the screen and kind of scroll through.
Yeah.
I think the interface makes some sense. I'm sure because this game's also on PS4. I'm sure like the right analog stick like moves the camera back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, this game, I see a lot of stuff that, like, I thought was really cool about this game in a lot of different ways. And, like the negatives that I have about this game, they're hard to pin down. Like, it's
How's it balancing? Like, these games like sometimes like you hit level 4 and it just becomes like super hard.
Yeah, that's one of the things is like. Sorry, wanted to take a sip of water in the middle of a sentence there for some reason. It sometimes it's the objectives of a level don't always feel super clear. Like, and it's not necessarily like I just don't know what you want me to do. It's like I kind of like I get what you're trying to make me do, but I don't really see how you're gonna get me to do this because it seems ridiculous.
What are the objectives? Just to take over everybody, or like kill
some of them are, some of them are stranger. Some of them are just like, oh shit.
We got more rolly barrels. There's a lot of them. Oh, I took almost all of them out. One is sneaking through.
Yeah, one of them got away.
That guy will get him though. Yeah. Okay.
Really need to like fucking do something about that gate.
Have you experienced a boss battle yet?
Hey, that's a great question. I don't know. Maybe? I don't even know necessarily what would be considered a boss battle in this game. Just like a giant.
Yeah, because I mean, there's so many different types of troops.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I've definitely fought things that were significantly larger than other things.
Sure. Yeah, so you're gonna fight like one big tank guy, or a lot of these little exploding barrels that there's just a lot of them. And get served.
The exploding barrel stuff is super fucking annoying.
Yeah, those things are powerful as hell when you get a ton of them.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to like not be like ultra annoyed right now by them all. What? down.
How big is this map? I mean, you got to be pretty close to. It seems like you're making more progress on his side than he is on your
Yeah,
side.
finally.
That's it right there, right?
Right.
Oh no, I keep
Right
still.
there.
Oh, there. Yeah. All right, so yeah, you're almost there.
Yeah, and kind of what I want to start doing is just saving up money to make a bunch of troops
Yeah,
at once.
to make one final push.
There's a couple. I want to save as much frickin' mana as I can so I can take out those stupid fucking Skeletor thing, or the...
Yeah, the barrel guys.
Yeah.
They got a lot of little gremlins.
Actually, the
Nice.
little gremlins is how they make money, so...
Oh, that's their mules.
Yeah, that's their mules. So if you nuke them, like I'm trying to do right now, they can't make money.
There we go.
Yeah, and that's the final pushover. That should do it. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. So they can't really spawn anything now because...
Yeah, because I've just... Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. We have victory. Oh, you get objectives too, huh?
Yeah.
Complete the level in 4 minutes. Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, exactly. This guy's here and talks and stuff, but...
Ball of sheep.
Okay.
And now you could freeze guys. That dude has got a big stick.
Oh, those
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
You are not incorrect.
Quite a bit of health too. For Awesomenauts players, we also have something special in store. Meet Helga Scoop, the Viking that has traveled the 9 realms all by himself. Available to every Awesomenauts player who also owns a copy of Shawarmageddon. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, something for the fans.
Yeah. It feels there's very clear nods to Awesomenauts in this game.
Sure.
And I don't ever feel. Yeah, no shit. Ooh, support healer.
Yeah. That could be handy.
Yeah. That's a spell. Oh, that's the heal spell. I should get that.
I like how the unlockable screen there, like there's not a lot of options, like going back to kind of keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Like,
but I like that one because it's like a weird tree.
Yeah, it kind of splits off a little bit, like a little not conventional way. Like that's the other fear that I have with real-time strategy games. It's like, oh man, am I upgrading the right guy? You know, there's so many choices, and it's like, not only can you unlock new characters, there's different classes of each character.
Yeah.
It can get complicated just quick if you don't know what the hell you're doing.
And you always feel like an idiot.
Yeah, and you know, there's just a lot to manage all at one time. Yeah, Awesomenauts came out in 2012.
Wow.
And then Swords and Soldiers on Steam at least came out at the end of 2010. Actually, I think that's the only games that they made here. You got Swords and Soldiers 1, Awesomenauts, which is free to play. I don't know if it's always been free to play.
I don't think it was. I think it went that way.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then Swords and Soldiers 2 now for $15.
I certainly angered that guy. Because he is giant and coming this way.
Yeah, what are you going to do about that?
Yeah.
I was going to say blast him with as much light. I mean, he's half dead.
Yeah.
Oh. There you go. Combo. That's kind of unique. That's
weird.
That was weird, and I was not expecting that. You kind of have to. It's not just a power that kills everything; it's a big power, but you also have to time it right. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of skill involved still. It's not just a screen clearing blast.
And it was like super weird.
You almost got everything, huh?
Yeah, I think I did.
Fallout 76 came out yesterday.
I've been hearing not good things about that.
I have not. Actually, I don't think anybody's reviewed it yet because Bethesda and I believe they said that they are no longer providing review codes for media like a while back. So, people probably are just started to play this game now. So I don't think we're going to see like official reviews now for a while. For give it another week at least. A few days.
Yeah, I have not.
I saw that the game's day one patch was bigger than the base game.
I know that
the patch was something like 54, 55 gigs if my memory is serving me, and the game's on a disc probably 40, 45.
I know that there was like a giant issue at one point that it was like they were people were basically like they're sending unencrypted data.
Oh yeah, we talked about that
last time, yeah.
Last stream, yeah.
And it was just
it's gonna be curious to see what these reviews are because is it really gonna be a single player game? Is it gonna be you need to multiplayer it? I read just some tweets and some people were like, I don't like the city building. I like the city building better in Fallout 4, and you'd think it would be bigger and more important.
Which is not something that you want to hear when the game's supposedly a lot about city building.
Yeah, like it's all about the community, right? So, I don't know. Again, these are just early tweets, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's also not kind of early stuff that you want to be fucking hearing.
Well, I mean, the beta, was out the other week.
I didn't hear good things about the beta, though.
Yeah, right. And the beta, I'm sure, changed a lot of things last minute to the This is going to be one of those games where they're going to keep changing and evolving, I'm sure, for many, many months, if not, a couple of years, depending on the
based on what I heard, I hope.
You're almost there. You just got to make one good last push.
Yeah,
yeah, here we go. Once that big guy gets over there.
Or just now.
There we go.
It's like he was just spewing out fucking enemies like that they had to like stop attacking him and kind of
like I was last minute trying to summon a few last guys. I wonder if you can replay the levels with like stronger troops. That's how you beat the levels in like 4 minutes to get that extra objective.
No idea.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's sort of like oh god, I'm great and I'm blanking on it.
What's that? Type of game?
No, just words in general.
I hate it when that speaking is hard.
Yeah.
Well,
Not even high.
You gotta. It is more difficult to stream and play and talk.
To have like a coherent conversation.
Yeah, you're focusing
on several things and trying to be coherent. What the fuck is going on here? This game is weird in a lot of ways.
Can you only play as these dwarf guys, or is there like a whole nother like campaign that's like a different? Like, can you play as the goblins or something?
At That's a great question. Right
Maybe in
now,
multiplayer. Yeah, probably in the campaign.
yeah, to my knowledge, right now, the answer is
Yeah, it might be something you like. You beat the game, okay, now play as the other side or something.
yeah. That sounds more of a thing than just saying no.
What are these sheep things? I don't.
Dude, just fucking go with it.
They're bringing him back. I like how a donkey is carrying a sheep. He's gonna get murdered. Oh, he's got 1 health point. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'll just build another one and go get it or something.
Yeah. At least it's closer now. There you go. Are you playing on those new monitor mounts you got?
Yes, I am actually, and I need to get that review done as well. Those monitor mounts are so. It's one of the few times that I actually I feel like I need to start the review and say it is the product is exactly as they described. Like all of the marketing, when they're like, "Oh yeah, it's totally badass and all this stuff and blah blah blah." Yeah, no, it's exactly like everything about it is exactly as they described. It's not like I can find a single thing wrong with it. The only thing
you just like attach it kind of to the back of your desk, like you screw it on like a clamp kind of thing.
There's
right?
nothing, yeah, and it's pretty much exactly what they say it is. My only problem with it is, I would say you kind of want a deep desk if you're going to use it.
Okay.
So that's one thing. So and like you probably don't want your desk directly against the wall, because like the arm needs to be in the back.
Yes, you gotta.
Like,
you gotta
so you can push
buffer.
it back. Yeah.
Okay.
And like that's not like fully described, but that's like once again not really on them. Like they don't have to describe that shit. And this it's like kind of like basic monitor mount stuff.
You don't need any tools, right? You just
it comes with it. And my actual complaint about it would be: do you remember when like instructions to assemble things came with fucking words?
Right. Yes.
And like they try to be clever in it and like have like kind of jokes and stuff and like oh ha ha ha, and it's funny and cute, and that's fine, and I'm not knocking them for that, but it's like they just like show pictures and stuff, and I just want to like email them and be like, hey guys, like I could like highlight like 3 different things that I would actually like you to have done about like how to assemble this, like ways that like things could have been labeled better to make it easier. Like it's not hard. Like and if I was to have called it hard, I would have wanted you to call me an idiot, basically, because it is in no way, shape, or form hard to assemble. So, there's that. But what I would want them to do is like, use words and maybe like, because when you're assembling stuff and you get to the part where it's like, use the screws, and you're like looking at it and you're like, I have 5 different screws. Which ones do you want me to use?
I think they go like IKEA kind of does the same way, where they don't put words in there because then they don't have to translate it. They can only print one manual, and it's good for
Yeah,
like
and it's fine. And it's
worldwide.
fine regardless of whatever country that they have to send it to.
Yeah,
So
right.
there's no because like different countries will have like different like weird laws about like what language. Like Canada, it has to be printed in two languages. It
Yeah,
has to
you
be
got
printed
you
in
got
two
French, you
languages.
got English. Yeah,
Yeah, but it. I don't know, man. Like it's just I think it's just funny though because like it's like man I just wish it was like there were like if you even put like the letter K and said like you'll be using like K resources in this step.
or not even, or just put like a square, because a square is like a
Yeah,
triangle is just a
or
shape,
yeah, like these are the square screws. You know, these are the you know
blue, like put a
yeah,
blue highlight on it or
or
something.
well and then you'd get people complaining me I'm colorblind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, how dare you?
The monster, you can raise them, lower them, tilt them, put them together, rotate them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's like the big thing, because if I would want to mount it, like because I know you got like the dual mount, right? Like you
I
got
do.
two
I have
mounts.
the dual mount. Yep.
Yeah, they had like a three mounter. Especially if you had a three mounter, you might want to put one
I didn't think they
above the
had a
other
three
two.
mounter, did they?
I think they had one three mounter. Yeah, like do you want to do three in a row, like left, right, and middle? You want to put one on top? You want to, how do you want to label this out? But even with two monitors, that was quick. Even with two monitors, you might want to like twist one in, tilt one out, tilt them both in. Just depending on your setup. So I think the mobility is a big factor.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a third mount for a while now, and it's one of those things that it's like I want to like tread carefully on this around my wife.
Because it's already out of control and it's just going to
Well,
get
it's
worse.
like because it's like I have two monitors. Like let's not.
For streaming, you need it for streaming. You need it for work. You need it for gaming.
Well, I
Yeah,
have a third monitor on my desk.
but it's just not all connected to one.
It's that's actually connected to my other PC. The thing is, like,
Oh yeah,
I would need another 1080p monitor.
sure.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
because I actually have a TV connected as well, and you can have
Damn.
four monitors connected to your computer, which is what it would see it as. But if I to do that, I would actually have to. Look, I have like all of these now.
That's my thing that I'm looking for Black Friday. Is I want to get a new 4K kick-ass big TV.
So
And
I
not,
have a 4K TV that's relatively big, like a
okay.
55 inch, and we paid
Yeah.
like I want to say $300 for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you can get, Black Friday deals like normally, $500 TVs or $300 now, but it's like they still don't have like a high refresh rate. They're
It,
still
it's a pretty good TV. I haven't gamed on it, so
okay.
it's a movie watching Amazon TV is what it is
All right.
for us
And
right
then
now.
yeah, and then that could be fine. It's like
Um,
if you want to hook up your
it's
Xbox One X, then you're going to want to have something nice.
it's my wife, and what it is it's my wife's TV. Is basically the best way I can phrase that. So my wife, I had a plasma in the sunroom, kind of like the family room or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And we had that since before we got married, and like it plasmas heat up like like crazy.
Yeah, and I think they take more power just
They
to
do. Like, and
just to
she
run.
said when we switched, she could she could instantly tell. Like supposedly our power bill like went down dramatically that month.
Yeah.
So yeah, fucking hell. So let's just get a tower built right there real quick.
You could build the towers wherever you want.
No, they have to be on tower plots.
Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It seems like most levels you just have this like, one path branching up or down in the middle.
Sort of what it is.
Doesn't seem to be a lot of variation with the level design. Like you got to go uphill or something, or there's 3 paths, or more portals or something. A bridge.
So I'm not going to argue with you because you're not wrong. Yeah. But I got her that TV. We got that TV, and it was like dirt cheap for a 4K TV. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's not like I honestly like maybe if it was better 4K TV, I'd be like, oh, I totally instantly noticed the fucking difference. I instantly just sat there and was like, this is what 4K TV is supposed to be like.
Yeah, if you need an extra TV, then I think Black Fridays for sure. Go to Walmart or Best Buy. There's going to be a sweet deal, on a lower end TV for a good price. If you want to have that extra monitor, that extra TV.
Yeah.
Now is the time to kind of.
That 4K TV looks like it's a really sharp 1080p TV. Is honestly what it looks like. And my wife uses it every day, and it has like Amazon TV or whatever the hell it's called, built into it, so it serves.
Oh yeah, it's got the yeah.
It serves every
smart TV.
Yeah, it's a smart TV. It serves every single purpose that she needs it to. So, like, right from that point, I have absolutely no complaints about it. But, like, I honestly, like, my one complaint is, like, when I got an HD TV, it was like night and day. That was a night and day difference. Like, I instantly noticed there was some, there was a difference in my TV.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be the same thing. I just assumed it was going to be the same thing when I got a 4K TV. It absolutely was not.
Makes it, yeah. You gotta, I think the problem with like a lot of the Black Friday TVs, it's like, here's a TV that's just for cheap, and it's just like, they tell you the brand name, they tell you the price, and they tell you the size.
Well, and that's what I was expecting. Like, my wife, like, I could have told her it was an 8 bajillion resolution TV, and she would have believed it, and she wouldn't have questioned it.
Yeah.
I once jokingly told my wife that Wi-Fi works on magic, and she accepted that as fact and has never once followed up with a question.
Yeah.
And I love my wife to death. But that's what I tell people whenever whenever I need to tell someone about how my wife is with technology. I'm like, she's still, like, I jokingly said that Wi-Fi runs on magic, and
it's good enough for her.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, cool, Wi-Fi is magic, and I'm like, sure it is. Okay. We're just gonna go with that now, I guess.
Yeah, the thing with if you get the bigger TVs for the 4K resolution, you have to have like the 120 hertz speed because you have to refresh everything so fast, otherwise you're going to get ghosting. And I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Yeah.
So it's a huge stat. It's like a super important stat on TVs that just get neglected, and I don't think people realize that. So, like, the TVs that you buy on Black Friday for super cheap are probably not going to have that.
Well, it's just like all of the laptops that you get, for, whatever, like $20 or something. Like,
yeah.
You see fucking, Best Buy is like, here's a laptop for $100, and it's like, and like, I can remember them, like, when I worked at Best Buy, they were like, oh yeah, sell them, upsell them on all this stuff. And it's like, dude, they're not going to take a service that costs more than the laptop that they just bought. There's no fucking
Yes,
way.
exactly.
Like you can say that as much as you want. They are buying $100 laptop.
Yep.
And you
And
guys,
they also, yeah,
It-
they
they-
also have like, buy this tablet for $20. It's like, no, why?
well, and that's the thing though, is it's like a lot of those tablets are loaded down with spyware, which is something that people don't realize. Is it's like, yeah, they're going to sell that to you for $20 because you're kind of selling your personal information when you buy it. Like, that's one of the reasons that's so cheap. Is because, like, you're going to pick that up and there's going to be, like, some random guy in fucking
you're gonna get spammed.
China that's like, cool, I know your social security number now.
Yeah. There's some other, decent game deals I gotta kind of take a better look at, but they had like the Mario Rabbids game for like $20.
Yeah,
I wanted to maybe
I'm
check
still
that out.
confused on if that's a good game or not.
So am I. Like that's why I was like, for $20, I might bite on it. I was waiting for one day to get maybe like the, or to get, because there was like Donkey Kong DLC to get like the DLC pack for $20 or something. Somebody had, I think it was Walmart had Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for like $35, which is the cheapest you're ever going to see that game.
If you are in the mood for JRPG, that is one of the greatest JRPGs.
Yeah, and people were pissed because the Video Game Award nominees just came out, and that because the Video Game Awards is like December, 6th or 7th or whatever, and last year Xenoblade came out like the week after the Video Game Awards, so they would apply for this year's awards.
Yeah.
And it did not get nominated for RPG of the year, and people were like, "What the fuck? Where's Xenoblade?"
How did it not get nominated?
I forget it did not get nominated, and I forget the other game. I can maybe pull it up or something, but it did not get nominated, and there was a big stink.
A lot of that shit is like bought and paid for. Like, as much as people want to act like it's not, like, isn't that like still like Spike TV or something?
Yeah, I'm booting it up now. Here, give me a second. It's December 7th or 6th or something like that. Hold on.
Yeah, and if you really think that, like,
Live December 6th.
yeah, and you think that Spike TV is going to do,
Todd Howard's going to be there. Of course, Hideo Kojima's going to be there because he always is. Here, nominees. Let me click on this real quick. Because this just came out, I think it was today.
and like Yakuza didn't get a nomination this year, and like people are like kind of pissed about that, and because people are like, why the fuck wouldn't you nominate a Yakuza for something?
Here we go. Best role-playing game. You got Dragon Quest, Echoes of an Elusive Age,
Sure.
Monster Hunter World, Ni no
That's not
Kuni
an art.
2.
Ni no Kuni 2. There's not. I'm not going to argue with that.
You got Octopath Traveler, and then Pillars of Eternity 2.
Pillars of it. Really? No one talked about that fucking game.
Isn't that a free-to-play?
I don't think it's free to play, but like,
I'm thinking of something else maybe.
no, it's definitely not a free to play. But like, no one.
But they're calling, not that Monster Hunter World's going to be a bad game, but that's more like an action RPG. I mean, I guess maybe they'd have to have subcategories. I guess we'd be breaking.
That's not an RPG. It's not an RPG.
It is in the right. It's in the RPG category here.
Yeah, no, that's the thing though, is it's like very much not surprising that that's what they. I mean, they do shit like that every fucking year. And
Best game direction, A Way Out, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2, Best Narrative, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Life is Strange 2, Episode 1, Marvel Spider-Man, Red Dead, Best Art Direction, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Octopath, Red Dead.
You know why they put that for RPG? If you go back to the RPGs,
Yeah.
if you look at it, every other one of those is a Japanese RPG. So they probably needed an American.
Maybe.
They wanted an American developer in there.
Yeah, that's not a yeah.
And then now suddenly it's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Why Pillars of Eternity, this game that like no one fucking like I knew about that game, but it like also kind of sort of instantly fell off the map like right after it came out.
People are kind of losing their shit on the Tetris effect too. Have you seen like people are going crazy on Twitter like, oh, Tetris. I played. There was a demo. It was a free to play demo. I think it was last weekend, and I checked it out. It was Tetris, and I actually like what I didn't like about it was like the screen. It's so small on your huge HD TV. The well that you play on is like 20% of the screen. There's like nothing there. And I mean, maybe if you play it in VR or something, it'd be cool because it is like this super bright, colorful, exploding fireworks game. But at the end of the day, it was still, just Tetris. But people are going crazy over it. Like, what? Have you never played a Tetris game before?
That actually does seem super odd.
Mega Man 11 got best action game. You got Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Dead Cells, which I did not play, Destiny 2, Far Cry 5, and then Mega Man 11. Right here, best action adventure game. Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
like Monster Hunter? But no, you got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. We all know Shadow of the Tomb Raider will not be winning that.
Which is like super weird because like everyone just talked about like how amazing and progressive Shadow of the Tomb Raider was and how this, that, and the other thing, and now like everyone's just completely forgotten about Tomb Raider in general.
Yeah, because there's better games to put, like Spider-Man, and everybody's just playing Red Dead now. You have best fighting game. You got BlazBlue, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Soul Calibur, Street Fighter 5. Best family game, Mario Tennis Aces, Nintendo Labo. It's kind of weird. Overcooked,
really?
Overcooked 2, Starlink Battle for Atlas. I don't know. I don't know about that game. I see those action figure things on the shelf. I'm like, this looks kind of gaudy. I don't know. And then you got Nintendo just fucking dominates this category. Mario Tennis, Labo, and then you got Super Mario Party, and then you got Starlink, which is an Ubisoft game, but the Switch version has Star Fox in it. So
What? Oh, don't punch the sheep.
oh, minigame. That's cool. Something different. This is unexpected. You clipped the sheep there. There you go.
I'm not gonna play for 20 minutes.
So what, you want to call it there then?
Yeah, we totally can. That's fine.
So, this has been Swords and Soldiers 2. You could follow us at mygamer.com. You could follow us on Twitter at mygamernews. You could follow me on Twitter at ZackGaz, ZackGaz. That has been Gillman, who has been controlling, as he always does every week.
Because I'm awesome.
because he is the player. And next week is Black Wednesday, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Will we stream? I don't know, maybe. Follow us on Twitter to find out. But if anything, if we don't talk to you before then, make sure you buy some Black Friday deals, take advantage of the sales, embrace games, and check out our site, MyGamer. Put us in your favorites. So thanks for watching. And until next time, game on.